da minha primeira gingada, o Cleiton.
And I just realized I was talking to myself the whole time. So basically what I was saying, sorry is I'm a couple of minutes late. Sorry for looking flustered. I was at the gym. It was either get started kind of on time looking flustered or get started way later after a shower, but then have you waiting. I didn't want to make people wait. Whoa, let's scroll past that. Sorry about that. This, I just opened Reddit, so we're going to see what we're going to use it by. That's crazy. Used a body scrub I bought on Amazon on my legs and got a fungal skin infection that is resistant to multiple prescriptions. Shit. Yeah, I mean, I don't have no comment except don't put random shit you order off Amazon on your body. But, I mean, I do it too, so. I don't know why that is showing up on my feed. That has nothing to do with me. I don't even know what that was. I don't know why I have suggestions from 2X chromosome. It's not stuff I joined. Where's the stuff like where's all my stuff? Like, am I the asshole? Am I overreacting? Why is it showing me all this other stuff? Let's go to am I the asshole? Would I be the asshole for telling my friend I alone need to sit in the front? What? My friend, female 25, and me, male 25, have known each other since we were in elementary school. We went up to the cottage together a little while ago with her parents. She's an only child, so we spent most of our time together there, and we were supposed to drive back the next day. My friend has a dog which is not fixed and has a loud bark. I was having some sleeping problems back then, so I didn't really sleep that night. My friend asked me if I wanted to come with her and her parents in town the next day, and I told her I was too tired and I'd stay behind and hopefully take a nap. But the dog kept being a dog and staring at nothing out the window and barking. It kept jumping on me, the couch. Yo, I swear, when dogs do that, I think they're seeing stuff that we don't see. So just because they're barking what looks like at nothing to us, I think they see something, but maybe I'm crazy. So, and just when I would start dozing off, it would jump off and go stare at something and bark at it. I was so tired, but it kept me in this limbo awful state of just constantly being jerked awake. My friend eats meat, but is really sensitive to the rights and wants of animals and treats them as quasi-human beings. This is the reason why the dog kind of does whatever, because it's encouraged by my friend who wants to have him live a normal life. That's kind of like my parents. They spoil the shit out of their dog, and yeah, it's spoiled. So when she came back and told me that we're going home, all I was thinking of was catching some shut-eye in the 3-hour drive. We finished packing outside and dumped all of her stuff in the back seats. I go up to the front and see her dog. So I call its name so that it would go towards me, and I would place him in the back. Oh no, my friend says, can you leave him up here? He likes to be close to me. Sure, where am I supposed to sit? I mean, really, you could have just sat in the back and went to sleep. Probably better in the back. I don't know. The question is what kind of car they have. Can you sit in the back? He doesn't like being away from me, and he's going to try and stick his nose up here the whole time. I'm really tall. There was theoretically room. Could I have sat in the back? It was physically possible if I curled up and compressed myself, but it wasn't what I would call a humane ride back home. Bro, it's not like you're in the trunk. So we eventually agreed I would sit in front with the dog. It kept pushing my leg to the side, closed it. Yo, you gotta, I don't know, man. It kept... Is he an asshole for wanting the dog in the back? No. It kept pushing my leg to the side closed while I was up there sitting. I was constantly being jerked awake once again. I told my friend before that maybe it wouldn't be comfortable for both of us to be up front. No shit, Sherlock. Why the fuck didn't you go in the back? I mean, did you maybe want to go back with my parents? I chose to go with her, and in addition to the ride going the way it did, the ball socket joint in my hip literally ached for days afterwards because the dog kept pushing into in unnatural positions. It's kind of his own fault for sitting in the front with the fucking dog, though. I kind of got mad. Why are you prioritizing your dog's well-being over your best friend's? If I were to insist to have the front seat to myself, she would be unusually upset and feel that way what I asked for is egregiously wrong and boundary crossing. At the same time, I feel unbelievably betrayed and angry that she would even consider her dog superfluous. Yeah, that word. Joy over my a human basic comforts. I know how to say it. I'm just not gonna say it now. So would I be the asshole if I asked my friend to sit in front seat alone or occupy any space for that matter with no dog the next time? Oh, you're the asshole for sitting up front and making the dog uncomfortable. There was probably more room in the back for you anyway. We're missing a key detail though. Really, we are missing a key detail here that will determine whether you're the asshole, whether you're the asshole or not. What kind of vehicle were you guys traveling? That's the real question. Oh, we didn't even go to our comments and our notifications. That's the first thing we're supposed to do. Open inbox. All right, let's see. Upvote. Go see your comment on confession. As a man, I am. That's not. That was dumb. He's super white and he goes swimming with a shirt on. Go see what the. I'm going to address this comment, even though multiple people have already called you out. Oh God, I guess you guys can see this comment date. Oh no, this is something else. Okay, this is not where I got in trouble. So this guy, he obviously, all he said is if they are both residing, paying bills, it should be an agreement. Okay, so yeah, this girl invited over somebody to stay over without asking her boyfriend that she lives with. They both pay bills there. And this guy was just being dense. I think you have nothing better to do than act dumb in order to start fights on the internet. That's talking to this other guy that I called a twit. I think you have nothing better to do than act dumb in order to start fights on the internet. Oh, and then he goes, there's a whole swath of people on Reddit who generally believe if you own the house or are the one paying rent, then you have complete say over everything in the house. Full stop. I do enjoy arguing with people making that wild argument. This guy is so fucking dense. I'm going to address this comment, even though multiple people have already called you out for not arguing in good faith. I never said if everybody's like clarified it to this fucking idiot. And but let's hear. I mean, I'm with this guy. Obviously. I never said if you own the house or the one paying rent, then you have complete say over the house, over everything in the house. Full stop. Everybody knows that except this fucking guy being dense. Whether you enjoy arguing with people making that wild argument is irrelevant because, once again, you are twisting my words and making a bad faith argument. I said the people who pay rent should get to have a say in who stays over. I never said that they have complete say over everything that happens where they live. Read that again. I never said that people residing but not paying rent do not get any say over anything that happens where they live. I said that people paying rent get a say in who is allowed to stay overnight. Why are you extrapolating my view to the extreme? So do the people residing there and not paying rent get a say? If yes, why did you specify homeowner or people who pay rent? How do you get dressed in the morning by yourself? Right, this guy is such a fucking idiot. Indeed, the fact that I can have a girlfriend because I recognize she has basic rights in my home means I sometimes have to wait for the shower in the morning so it does interfere with getting dressed. This guy is such a fucking idiot. I don't even want to go back and read his comments because it's going to infuriate me even more. Maybe you guys, I probably shouldn't share where I got 90 downvotes. I shared it yesterday, but that's not good. We'll just skip that. All right, let's go back to the home page. Yeah, that's the same asshole that we were just looking at. And the lady asshole for allowing somebody to stay without checking with her husband or boyfriend that she cohabitates with. third date went bad after, all right, boom, this is a good one. It's Valentine's Day. I'm a 21-year-old male. She's a 20-year-old female. We met on a dating app. The first date was a coffee shop, and it was great. Easy conversation, laughing, talking about goals in school, and random stuff. Here's my water. The second date, we walked around a park. At some point, food came up, and she mentioned she loves chocolate, especially Ferrero Rocher, Rocher, whatever. I know what it is, though. It's the round chocolates. They're really good. And that she has a big sweet tooth. So I figured, that's cool. Easy idea for next time. The third date, she came over to my apartment. We put on a movie. I pulled out the chocolates and offered them to her and said, hey, I remembered you like these. She immediately got mad and said she doesn't like gifts, and I shouldn't surprise her like that. I was honestly caught off guard because I didn't think that would count it as a big gift. It was just candy. I even said she didn't have to take them, but the vibe was already shot. The rest of the date got awkward. I tried joking, tried making fun of myself a bit to lighten things up. She stayed quiet. We ended it early. Here's the confusing part. After she left, she started giving one-word answers in our conversation and now wants a fourth date. I brought up the last date to her casually, and she acted like it didn't happen. I'm stuck because the reaction bothered me. Not the chocolate themselves, just how quickly she shut down and got cold over something small. I don't want to get into something where normal gestures become landmines. Also, keep in mind, we haven't had any touching yet. Do I go? Third date, you haven't had no touching, and she's coming over. What? She should have been, I'm just saying, at least a hug on the second date. You know what I mean? No hug. First date even? Like, no hug. Hello. Goodbye. First date. No peck on the cheek. What do you mean no touching? No touching by third date. Touching by third date. Maybe you younger people. I don't know. What's going on? Does she have? Maybe she felt fat. Maybe he made her feel fat. Maybe she felt like you thought she was fat. That's why you offered chocolate. Really ain't no telling with estrogen. Could be fucking anything. Like, this is like just a puzzle that you can't solve. Why the fuck did she get mad? Because you gave her chocolate? Really, like, I don't know. If you were hesitant about straight up calling quits, at least ask for an explanation. Since our last date, you've seemed different, especially after the chocolate incident. I'd really like to know what about the situation upset you so much. If she gets defensive or shitty, it's an easy out. And maybe you'll get an honest answer and can move forward, or not with a decent. Yo, what about no touching by the third date? Anybody gonna say anything about that? This is actually a good opportunity to confirm before just dropping her. I thought there's some trauma responses happening here, and the response to this. All right, is anybody just skip it, mate? You're too young to waste time on this kind of drama. No shit. But she's unstable. Drop her ass. They're both unstable. They haven't even gave each other a hug, and they've had 3 dates. Here, I'm gonna get so many downloads for this. Maybe I'm in the autistic dating subreddit. No, I'm in the what do I do subreddit. I'm just saying, I know autistic people probably date differently or do things differently. Landlord's girlfriend recorded me through the vents. Oh shit, he was retinous for. Oh, only 10 responses. This is great. Earlier this year, I need water. I got water right here. Earlier this year, a little bit. My boyfriend, 20-year-old male, and I, 22-year-old female, moved into a basement unit. I have to be a 22-year-old female now since she's a 22-year-old female. Moved into a basement unit that was being subleased to us. The original tenant moved upstairs with his girlfriend and became our landlord. Everything seemed fine at first. The house was old with very thin walls, but we were on friendly terms. We even watched their dog once and had also talked for a while fixing something within the unit. One night, he knocked on our door and asked to speak to me alone. He started implying my boyfriend was abusing me because his girlfriend could hear our conversations in her room while he was in the next. I assured this wasn't the case at all. I was confused and explained that I had recently been injured at work and sometimes had loud conversations with doctors, insurance companies, and my lawyer for the injury. And yes, sometimes with my boyfriend, but nothing he said was true. That's when he told me his girlfriend had been secretly recording my private conversations through the vents for weeks and sending them to him. And he felt he then needed to step in because she was making a big deal out of it, or making a deal out of it. I felt completely violated. I stopped the conversation and left. I couldn't sleep. I felt sick knowing strangers were recording me in my own home. I filed a police report. Officers later told me laws were broken, but said it wasn't malicious. They recommended I file a protection order because the girlfriend admitted she still had the recordings, but refused to show the recordings to them. Well, can they get a warrant for it? I did, and it was approved. When I emailed the property manager requesting to terminate the lease due to active protection order, we shared a house, and no, technically she would have to get kicked out. You can't just leave. She forwarded my emails to the subleaser, the gentleman. He then sent me a threatening email demanding I drop the restraining order within 48 hours or bad things would happen. He would call the police again. He was arrested for intimidation of a witness. Since then, we vacated the property. Yeah, I mean, you could vacate it, but I don't think gave it written. Yeah, you could, yeah, I mean, give your, right. Like, notice that you're leaving, paid prorated rent, okay, left the unit fully clean, scheduled a move-out inspection. I mean, yeah, I don't know what the laws are, but that's still probably gonna be some fines for breaking a lease, unless somebody else gets a protection. I don't know how that works. That's actually interesting. It has been now over 60 days and I have not received my security deposit. Right, you're not gonna get it. Or in the itemized list of deductions. I sent a 7-day demand letter via, you can send as many letters as you want, you ain't getting shit. It was signed for, no response. This entire situation has severely impacted my mental health. I've had night terrors, anxiety attacks, and had to move out of state because I felt unsafe. I feel like I did everything correctly and I'm still being punished for protecting myself. You didn't do everything correctly, probably. My question, if you did everything correctly, you wouldn't be in the fucking situation you're in. My question, should I proceed directly to small claims court for treble damages under Colorado law? Well, did you talk to a lawyer and did you find out if you would be, do anything under Colorado law? Because there's a criminal case, witness intimidation, helps strengthen my civil case. No, because unless it costs you money somehow, or costs you, no. Unless you can prove that that crime somehow cost you money, like it somehow cost you to be out of work, and then you have to prove how much it cost you. I mean, that's how it normally works. Is hiring a tenant attorney worth it, or is it small claims enough? You need to pose this in legal advice in your are there other claims I should consider? Retaliation, unlawful surveillance? I don't think that's a thing. Unlawful surveillance, what do you mean claims I should consider? Retaliation, you can't just sue somebody and say, I'm suing you for your retaliation. And then what? Documentation of everything, protection order, please. I'm far from a lawyer, but usually to sue someone civilly, you have to show how their acts or negligence cost you revenue or lost wages due to what you experienced as a direct result of wrongful actions of the alleged defendant. Wow, my ear is ringing spectacularly loud. I'm far from a lawyer, but usually to sue someone civilly, you have to show how their act or negligence cost you revenue or lost wages due to what you experienced as a direct result of wrongful actions of the alleged defendant. Yeah, that's good enough. I mean, she should get that. Also, I don't think you filing a protective order on someone that resides close by is a valid reason to break your own lease and get your security deposit back. Because if you had, you wouldn't be in the cluster fuck that you are. Hope it gets better. Gets better. Toodles. Yeah, it sucks. What else? What other people say? Don't forget to add lost wages and medical bills if this has caused you to not to work. Yeah, you got to prove all that shit. You don't just get to add up lost wages and medical bills and just keep adding it without proving how their actions cost you that. Court now, yes, small claims, you will have an easy win here, right? And they will pay your legal fees, so save every expense, including gas to the courthouse. People are so fucking retarded. Sorry, excuse me. People are so just like, I don't know, willfully ignorant or optimistic maybe. Small claims is enough. Look into Legal Shield if you want cheap help. I used to have Legal Shield. Legal Shield is good. It's like a subscription where you have unlimited legal advice. Yeah, you can reach out to a law firm. They'll give you unlimited. They'll write letters on your behalf, all kinds of shit. Anyways, I wouldn't hire a tenant lawyer, but if you have the money, go for it. Just try to do research to see if that will be recouped or not, and know that ahead of time. You need to send a certified letter. She said she sent a certified letter. That shit's not going to do anything. Demand the return of the money and an itemized list of any property deductions from the landlord. If you don't get what you think is fair, you can file a complaint with the Colorado Attorney General's office. Make sure to research how to take each step properly, and make sure to request treble, 3 times the amount of your damages. Good luck. Yeah, definitely. You tell them. You fucked everything up so far, but you're going to get them now. I'm sure. You just send them a demand of everything you want, and I'm sure they're going to get it right over to you, lady. Fucking people. Stanley Toombs over here. Who the hell is Stanley Toombs? Sue for the security deposit and small claims. In my state, if it's not returned without cause with a 14-day postmark, you can ask for double the deposit. I hope you took arrival and departure pictures to defend your cleaning and care. These fucking people are not realizing she broke her lease without fucking, she broke her lease, it sounds like, is my point. Note to self, never accept a sub-lease. There's always some sort of weirdness involved. Now, I could be an idiot and I could have misunderstood what she wrote, but it sounds like the reason she's fucked is because she left the lease early. People are crazy, bro. I'm sorry you had to deal with this. Yeah. OP's probably crazy too. Search tenant rights in Colorado. There may be resources to help guide you. Many attorneys offer free consultations, or maybe you qualify for legal aid. I know it's a lot. I went through bullying by neighbors, landlords taking her side, and property owners threatened me with eviction because I reached out to the agency that subsidized our apartments. I had tried going through managers and property owners, but they did nothing. It was enormously stressful. I am disabled, so that adds a huge disadvantage. I was able to get legal aid. We won. I was also granted a restraining order against my neighbor. I still have my apartment and my neighbor is gone. A background, right, exactly. So your neighbor can get kicked out, and I don't even know if the neighbor will get his security deposit back. But you can't get a restraining order on somebody else and then be like, okay, now I got to leave because I got a restraining order against that person. No, the other person will have to. Don't ask me how I know. It's not because I had an ex-fiance that used to live next door that tried to get a restraining order. They give you a temporary one for 10 days, and then it wasn't granted permanently. So for 10 days, I couldn't live in my house. So, yeah. But for them not to grant a female a restraining order says a lot. So take that into account. Never had any restraining order against me. I was able to get legal aid. We won. I was also granted a restraining order against my neighbor. Read that already. I hope you're able to find help. It's hard, though extra self-care is required. Wish you all the best. Would love to hear how things progress. I strongly suggest you cross-post in the legal subreddits. Yeah, that's what I said. There may be even one for Colorado law. Yeah, I'm far from a lawyer, but usually to someone. Yeah, we should say post in legal advice. Definitely give her. I mean, if we should give her some kind of good. I mean, we gave her a lot of good advice, but some actionable advice. Definitely post legal advice. All right, on to the next one. On to the next one. Am I overreacting about Valentine's Day potential date being completely blown off? I don't care. What should I do when a holiday makes me feel this lonely? Do what I do. Create a whole new show on Rumble and commit to recording for an hour every day. No, never mind. I'm just crazy. Let's see. I'm 20-year-old female, and Valentine's Day and the other holidays always hit me really hard for me. I've never been in a relationship during a holiday. I've only dated one guy before, and it lasted about 3 months. Since then, I've just been single, and honestly, it sucks. I know people just say it's just one day, but it's not just one day. I feel like this anytime I see couples or people dating in general. It just feels worse right now because it's everywhere. Everyone I try to be friends with has a boyfriend, so they can't really relate. Even my online friends are busy tonight doing stuff with their significant others and barely responding. I'm just alone in my bed on a Saturday night feeling left out. I don't even know if I want a relationship right now. I just don't want to feel this lonely and behind. What should I actually do about this? How do I stop feeling like I'm missing out every time I see couples? You're doing exactly thing. Posting where all the single people are. No. You should get a teddy bear and realize sometimes it's better to be alone. Better to be alone than I'm just better right now, right? That's what all we're gonna say. I don't want to talk about it. We're gonna go to the next one. Hey, my asshole for ruining my own birthday. Yeah, probably. I mean, I don't know. Hey, yeah. Why the hell is it giving me all these young female posts? I don't want to be a young female, reading as a young female anymore. The cocaine is starting to become very difficult for me to control. Confession. Ooh. It started several months ago. Once in a blue moon, nothing to worry about. A couple months ago, it became more frequent, maybe 2 times a month. This is where I realized it must not be ignored, but I ignored it. It is fun. I want to write. It was fun, but I'm high right now, and it is fun. Coke sucks. Fuck cocaine. I don't remember ever enjoying it. Not that I've tried it. I don't need it. I can imagine days without it comfortably. The problem is that every time I plan a day, it ends with a bump. The coke works itself into my plans without my consent or notice. Incredible how mine is able to hide it from itself. It has become weekly. This week, for the first time ever, it became daily. Thank God I have good friends who always have cocaine. No, I'm just kidding. That's not what he said. He said, thank God I have good friends. One of them sat me down tonight and said, listen, it's gotta stop. Period. She's right. Another friend who also struggled does it with me. Tonight, I learned that she was clean until I started. Did I get her back on that shit? I mean, we both pushed each other. We both could have said no, but we both said, let's do more. Still, would she still be clean if not for me? Anyways, this guy writes that he's on cocaine. It's daily the past few days. He already said that. I never thought this would be my reality. This isn't who I was a year or 2 ago. I'm not a liar. I'm not stopping tonight. I'm not stopping tomorrow. Next weekend, I have a trip with friends, and while it's not strictly a bender, it may as well be a bender. After next weekend, I need to stop. Not slow down or do less, but stop. Again, I'm no liar. I'll never stop forever. Regardless, I need to stop for a while, at least a month. I should really aim for longer. But fuck, man, it does sure make me feel good even when I'm sad. Cocaine sucks. There is always a come down, and the come down always sucks, and the come down always sucks. I know there's ways to avoid the come down, and there's tricks, but fuck it, it all sucks. The short amount of pleasure is nowhere near worth the agony it can bring long term. I used to like the smell of cocaine, but I was younger. Now, not so much. Cocaine sucks. On to the next one. Screaming lady at night. What should I do? It's 2 a.m. and there's this lady in my building shouting at the top of her lungs. I can't exactly understand what she's saying, but she sounds old. I'm worried she might have fallen or something and screaming for help because this is really weird and unusual. Should I call the police? I don't know what to do and I've never been in such a... My mom, but she's already asleep. Wake your mom up. Wake your mom up or an adult. If you're serious, yes, you should get help ASAP. Why would you post on Reddit? Like, what am I gonna do? This lady's dying upstairs. I mean, I understand a kid, but yeah, wake your mom up. If the lady's literally fucking yelling, like, call the police. How old are you? Like, just fucking. No, let an adult decide what to do. Because what if she's getting her back broken and he just doesn't understand what he's hearing? What kind of noises are we talking? How do you know how old she is? Did you cause her to make these noises? What's going on? It sounds suspicious. Either bullshit. Well, we told him what to do. If it's true, if it's real, if not, we'll find out. What would you do? I, 36-year-old female, have been out of the dating game for quite a while. I recently decided after 2 years to put myself out there. I struggle with extreme social anxiety and have been working from home since the pandemic, so my kids and I don't really leave the house much anymore outside of normal activities, errand running and such. I pretty much stopped socializing with most of my friends because they are making not so good choices. So with all of that being said, there is one place we do go almost daily, the small gas station in our neighborhood. We usually stop every morning when I drive my high schoolers to school for drinks, gum, or whatever small things. We have been doing this for the past 2 years, and I hit it off really well with the overnight guy. Our work schedules line up, so it's usually always him when I stop in or my kids run in. Super nice guy. Small talk is always super positive. So I thought, why not start small and see if we could at least be friends? So I was trying to figure out how to go about giving him my phone number and settled on just writing it down and sliding it across the calendar because I'm trying to be as casual as possible and not feel like a weirdo or creep from him out. Lol. So morning, I walk in, grab my items, head to the counter where we have a small convo, but he gets pulled away before I can do my thing. No one else in the store, so I just slide across the counter and leave. He never texted me and hasn't mentioned it in the weeks since. So now I don't even know if he looked at it or just assumed it was a piece of trash someone left behind because this is a gas station. Hello. I don't know what to do now because if he did find it but hasn't said anything, I probably creeped him out and don't want to mention it in case just be a creep again, leave the number again. But on the other hand, what if he didn't see it at all? I'm not sure. I should feel like a silly teenager. Just do it again. He probably didn't see it. You left it out without any way for him to know it meant for him. Let me help her out. You can even write a note explaining exactly what you just told us and also add something like if he's not it's no big deal basically if he doesn't text her. Like if he's not comfortable. I don't know how to say this. I know how I would say it. I don't know how. You can even write a note explaining exactly what you just told us. Either way, you're probably already. Either way, you're probably going to look like a weirdo, but he probably likes it to look like a weirdo, but he probably likes it. He's probably a weirdo too. He's probably a weirdo too. Yeah, weirdo too. I mean, he works nights at a gas station. Of course, he's a fucking weirdo. They're probably like both like thinking about each other every night, but both scared to say something to each other. Did I give her good advice? Just do it again. He probably didn't see it. He left it out without any way for him to know it was meant for him. Right. You can even write a note explaining exactly what you just told us. Either way, you are probably going to look like a weirdo, but he probably likes it. He's probably a weirdo too. Yeah, great. I'll be right back. Oh, yeah, it's me. Read it with Dmitry. Day 3, February 14th, 2026. Day 3 out of 100. If I get 5 views, I succeeded. Let's go. Low standards. X came back. It's been about 10 days since his last response. Am I overreacting? So me and my ex broke up 3 years ago. We've been in contact since. We tried again the next year, but I got upset because she got mad at me, and my response was, "You have no right being upset after how things ended." And I also said, if this is going to work, then I need you to be the one putting in the effort. Show me, don't tell me you want this to work. For context, I wasn't being a good boyfriend. I wasn't giving love, and she left me for another dude. Yet still contacted me. I kept trying though. Then after a while, we didn't speak. 3 years though, the next year, she has another boyfriend. We talked every so often. She even called me once for advice. I guess their relationship was getting rocky. They eventually broke up. Damn, he's just hanging around waiting for his chance again. Then a few months back, she contacts me, asked me to see me. She came to my place. We went outside and talked. She had told me about a friend that they were going to San Francisco and how they were going to spend the weekend there. After our night ended, she gave me a hug and a kiss on the cheek. I was caught off guard by it, and I kissed her on the forehead like I always did. Then the very next week, I see her post her and her friend at the Golden Gate Bridge holding each other and kissing. I immediately unfollowed her and just went back to focusing on myself. Bro, what were you thinking? She's telling you she's still fucking somebody else. She just sees you as a friend. Fast forward to now, it was my birthday and I just came back from Long Beach. She calls me and I told her I'll call her back when I get home. Call her later on and she was like, "Hey, how are you? What were you doing in Long Beach?" I told her I had went there to go for my birthday and she said, "It's your birthday? Oh man, I'm terrible. I failed remembering it." Didn't even say happy birthday still. What a fucking, yeah, she's a cunt. I know one like her. Leave him alone. Get him out your life. Didn't even say happy birthday still. Then goes on to ask me about a clothing brand I get my flannels from and asked where I get them from and told her so she her son can buy some. Then for about an hour, we were reminiscing about our relationship, laughing our ass off about some stories, just catching up about the things how we were doing. That was really it. I didn't think much of it. Just said we'll talk later. The next day comes in, I'm at work, and she calls me noonish. I pick up, she asks me what I am up to. Told her I'm working, what's up? And she tells me, I need to tell you something. I'm still in love with you. I still think of you. I miss you. I miss you, your laugh. I miss your scent. I miss your smile. I still have deep feelings for you. I told her I felt the same way. Then she starts apologizing about how she would treat me at times and hope I can forgive her. She never apologized for leaving for another man. Then she asked when I can see you, and I said anytime. Then we hung up. The next day comes again, and I text her good morning. She replied back saying good morning. Then I replied back sending a selfie. Then nothing, absolutely nothing. Not even a reaction to the picture I sent. I didn't double text because I'm not desperate. I'm not the one saying any of this shit first. She is. Yeah, but you're giving in. You're saying, okay, I'm up for it. I'm honestly upset by it. I want to check in on her. But at the same time, why should I be the one to do the chasing? Is she bullshitting me? It's been 10 days and she's posted other stuff, so I know damn well she's alive. She was drunk, buddy. She was drunk, buddy. When sounds like a day drinker to me. Either way, she is clearly full of shit. And any more energy you spend thinking about her is energy you could be spending on bettering yourself. I am learning this now. Yes, block her and move on. I don't know what game she's playing, but it's interfering with you enjoying your life. That's what I said. You need to block her on every platform and from your phone and move on. She isn't serious. Clearly, she's got some issues she still needs to work on. Is keeping doors open. It's not you, it's her. Truly, block her and move on. She's just using you for attention to get her mind off, buddy. Block her ass. Please block her everywhere and never speak to her again. She's using you for her ego. You're worth more than that. You are her backup plan, and she's just periodically checking in on her little safety net. Pull the net out from under her and don't make time for her. You don't have to be rude or anything. If that's what you're worried about, just firm and steadfast. If you do pick up her call, end it quickly. That you have other obligations and never initiate or follow up. As a woman myself, block her. I'm no expert by any means, but it seems like she's stringing you along, sort of as a backup. Like no shit for 3 years now. Like whatever her plan is, it doesn't work out. She keeps you warmed up. Hope I'm not right. But people can be selfish. Good luck to you. Yeah, you're right, buddy. Yeah, blocking her sounds about right. Also, if she wants to reconcile and you're open to it, she needs to prove she is serious. But by the looks of it, she isn't. I need to edit. Because I got more things to say to him. But I don't want to double post. Also. It's been 3 years and 2 cocks, bro, since you last had her. If she wanted you back, you'd be with her right now, 'cause you clearly wouldn't say no. Yeah. All right. And that's Valentine's Day thread. My asshole for telling me we're would check on someone and then not. What? All right. Let's see. I have tried to make this fit into 3,000 characters and failed 3 times. So let's try this again. 3,000 characters? Why does it have to be 3,000 characters? Is that the thing on Am I the Asshole? You can't be over 3,000. Anyways, who cares? So for context, I, 35-year-old female, have a friend, 33-year-old female, who we'll call Jane, that I used to be best friends with for nearly 20 years. But I have not been close to in about 10 years. We have a mutual friend who is someone I have very little history with, but she has a lot of history with, who fairly recently went through something traumatic. For more context, I am a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, better known as Mormon or 14 Kids. Wait, she didn't say the 14 Kids part. And Jane is a former member. We grew up in the church together, but she left over 10 years ago. Yes, around the time we started drifting apart. I provide this context because, over the years, Jane has been searching for answers. Quote, unquote, sorry. The conclusions she has come to are, in my opinion, kind of insane. She talks constantly about how she can see demons everywhere, how they always talking to her through the other people to bring her down, and she won't give the time of day to any church that doesn't perform regular exorcisms or speak in tongues, like falling flat on your face and babbling nonsense kind of thing, and constantly says she is waiting for God to reach into her life and guide her like she has felt he has done before. So, when she finds out about the struggle this mutual friend is going through, she immediately tries to contact him. No, well, let me be more clear about that. She Facebook and YouTube stalks him and ends up finding out where he works and directly calling the number to talk him through his work. Regardless of how she ends up talking to him again, she does, and she proceeds to tell me that he is clearly in a dark place and needs our help. She says she has been talking to him, trying to gauge how ready he is to accept Jesus into his life. This man is an atheist, always has been, and wants me to contact him as well, because now he seems to be avoiding her messages. Gee, I wonder why. And she's worried about him. Now, here's where I might be the a-hole. I don't know. I said sure, I am a bit of a people pleaser. She is an old friend, and and I have never been good about telling anyone what I might actually think of their beliefs, because that's none of my business. Believe what you want. And I feel like if I say, no, I'm not going to do that, then I will have to explain why I won't do that. You don't have to explain why you don't want to do shit. If you don't want to do nothing, you don't do it. But it's not that I don't care about our mutual friend. I do. But from what I have seen of his YouTube videos, he looks to be doing just fine. And I have never been that one to preach to or push religion on anyone, especially when I'm already very well aware of their preferences. I did send a message to this mutual friend about after the traumatic incident he went through, because he posted about it on YouTube, and I offered condolences and support if he needed it. But his response was basically a like and a thanks. Like I said, we were never really close. But maybe I'm using that as an excuse. I don't know. So am I the asshole? I don't know what the fuck this lady's talking about. She's an asshole for fucking confusing me about what the fuck is going on here. What happened? So, how she ends up talking to him? She tells him he's clear in the dark. These Mormon people are fucking assholes. Okay, I'm gonna be real. The workplace, well, you got too much going on. You're all assholes. Probably. For one reason or another. We're gonna say you're the asshole. She got too much going on. You're the asshole. You got too much going on. You are all assholes. Maybe, probably, for one reason or another. I mean, it's not false. It's probably it's a true statement. I never get any girl's social or phone number when meeting them because I don't want to be weird, but I feel like I'm being weird but not getting it. All right. So let's ask Reddit. I never get any girl's social or phone number when meeting them because I don't want to be weird, but I feel like I'm being weird by not getting it. So I've 21 male, been out with my friends before, and we'll go to a hobby. What does that mean? Like we'll go play basketball? And maybe like won't run into someone that they know. Our group is very girl dominated. And I'll have been talking to somebody before and having a great conversation with them and find them attractive, but I never get their number or social media because I feel like I would be weird by doing that. Do what the rest of us do. You find out what their first and last name is, then you Google them, then you find their social media, then you just add them, and you say, oh, hey. I mean, I don't do that, but so it's not that I don't have friends in our girls. So it's not that I don't have friends in our girls, but I usually have only been making friends, whether it's a guy or girl, recently by adding people that my friends know on Instagram when we haven't really met, and then texting for a bit, or they'll pop up by suggested after we've met. I feel like I would be creepy if I ask for a girl's social media or phone number, but there's some girls that I've really thought I might have a chance with and wanted to ask them out on a date, but I just didn't. I kind of regret it. Dude, the worst they can say is no, but think of how great it will be when they do say yes. Also, getting their contact info doesn't have to be weird. You could just want to get to know them for as a friend, or maybe more if it happens. It's normal to connect with your peers. You're being weird. I'm not so. I know what I'm doing. I'm bullying him into socializing, into having a better life. Okay? I know what I'm doing. The key is paying attention to social cues, asking respectfully, and if applicable, handling rejection with grace and kindness. That's basically what I said. What social cues, though? I struggle with social cues very badly because of autism, and I legit cannot decipher many. Dude, fuck the social cues, just ask. Connections to get to know other people. Yes, even the opposite sex. Try another tactic. Offer them your number and tell them if they would like to meet up for coffee or some such. Bro, coffee? This guy's probably like fucking 16. How old is he? 21. Whatever. He don't drink coffee. He drinks Red Bull and Monster. Try another tactic. Offer them your number and tell them if they would like to meet up for coffee or some such. They already hang out, sounds like. This takes the pressure off them and gives them the opportunity to decide whether or not to proceed. Have your contact info on a card or piece of paper so there's no fumbling or trying to add info to their phone. Contact info on a card or piece of paper. How about it? Yeah, you got a phone? I got a phone. Hey, can I get your number? What's your social media? Oh, let me message you. Here, how about you give me your phone? You hand them your phone and ask them to add themselves on your social media. Make sure when you hand them your phone, your background is of you with the cutest puppy. If you know it, you'll be. Well, let's not be vulgar. Before you know it, all the girls will want to be your friend. If you don't have a puppy, make one out of AI. If you don't have a puppy, ChatGPT can help. They don't need to know. They don't to know if it's real. It's real. Yeah. We're out here making the world a better place, getting people to socialize, make connections, beat their depression. My school made me pay €500 for something I didn't do. Your school fucking sucks if it's true. I want to make out with this guy. Shaky. Not that. Am I the asshole for feeling sick and cutting our Valentine's Day short? Recommend that. All right, let's go. Feeling kind of crazy here. I'm a 20-year-old male, been with my partner, 28-year-old female, for almost 7 years, and this has always been something that comes up, and I have no idea if I should feel like an asshole or be the one to apologize. Basically, today we went out to celebrate Valentine's Day, stopped at 3 places, and I started to feel sick and sore. What kind of 3 places? I deal with a bad anxiety disorder that exasperates any pain or nausea I'm feeling tenfold. My partner knows this and gets frustrated sometimes, but today felt especially bad because of the holiday. We both wanted to go out and celebrate and have fun, but I essentially cut it short because I started feeling bad. We work from home and really only have the opportunity to go out once a week and had to stay home the last 3 weeks, so I know there's frustration with that aspect. My partner gave me the silent treatment the whole ride home and put music on the auxiliary above love problems. I feel sick physically and mentally, and I feel crazy, like it's my fault the date was ruined because I felt sick. I try to tell my partner, like, hey, it's not my fault I don't feel well, and the response is just, you never feel well. So am I the asshole here for ruining our date? Only you know if you were actually so sick you had to call it off. If you were legitimately that severely sick, then no, you're not the asshole. Your girlfriend is. But if you're a little whiny baby because your tummy hurts, then yes, you are the asshole. The real determining factor here is how sick did you really feel? All right. Let's see what other people said. Info. Do you ever not feel well when it's something you want to do? Or is there a pattern of it happening when it's something she wants to do? Exactly. Is he a whiny little bitch? Or is he actually sick? Edit for judgment. You're the asshole. OP is avoiding this question and other commenters' questions regarding what steps he takes to manage his anxiety beyond vaguely pulling the plug and activities with my girlfriend. It's not your fault you have anxiety, OP, but it is your responsibility to conduct yourself in a way that's fair and kind to the people you love. Exactly. He's a little bitch. I'm also wondering why they stopped at 3 separate places. Was it because they went on without a reservation on Valentine's Day? Because honestly, being turned away multiple times on what is essentially a date night would be leaving me super anxious and frustrated. Well, who's fucking fault? We went to a coffee shop, vintage store in the mall where I started to feel sick. It was all places I enjoyed going. We had just planned to do more, and I didn't want to get in the way of her enjoying herself either. Shut the fuck up, you crybaby bitch. What did you do last year for Valentine's Day? Anything? What do you mean? You started to feel sick and sore? How? Sick how? People don't have pain for no reason. Is something wrong with you that you have pain? Do your feels just get sore from walking or some other normal soreness that we all have to deal with every day? Right, exactly. How bad is the pain? And that the average person would have shaken off or just taken a Tylenol for? Or is there something medically wrong with you? Like you just had back surgery and couldn't be on your feet that long? That's exactly my question. Like, how bad is what's going on with him? If you're not taking steps to manage your anxiety medicine, you're the asshole. If you are, not the asshole. If not your fault you have anxiety, but it is your responsibility to take steps so it doesn't always impact your life the way it sounds like it is now. Similarly, your anxiety naturally wears on your partner over time. So while she should be patient with you, it's also fair for her to be upset if she's not seeing improvements and it's negatively impacting her. This, exactly. I'm a therapist and I say this sort of thing to clients all the time. It may not be your fault, but it is your responsibility. Info. What actionable steps are you taking to manage your anxiety disorder that affects her quality of life? Let's see what this guy said. 32 downloads. I am actively on medication for anxiety and depression. I was feeling severe abdominal pain and too much information. I had diarrhea the day before and muscle pain, so that didn't help. I notice my anxiety gets way worse when I don't feel well, and since I'm the driver, there's this added pressure of, I gotta get us home safe. Oh no, not the pressure of driving. So I just kind of spiral, which I know is something I need to work on. Oh my god, this guy is such a fucking bum, yo. Why is she? Why? What? He must have a really big dick or a lot of money. Big. Well, not even really. You must have really good dick game because it doesn't have to be big. Oh, yeah, I don't think they would like that. They got a warning. You must have a really good motion in the ocean, if you know what I'm saying. Or lots of money. Because, hell, because it would take a lot to put up with you for a month, let alone 7 fucking years, let alone 7 years, let alone 7 years. You one. No, I can't say what I wanted to say. We'll just say that. To the next one. Oh, it's 10 o'clock. It's been exactly an hour. I told myself I'll do at least an hour. We'll read one more thread for the night. I wonder if I'm actually streaming because I've only got OBS open. I think I put in the stream key earlier onto Rumble. Let me actually open Rumble and check if I'm actually streaming because that would be fucking funny if I'm not. Oh wow, I don't think I'm streaming. Oh yeah. Oh, nice. Okay. Hey, thank you for watching. Whoever's watching, appreciate y'all. We'll do one more. Being sued by my ex claiming a gift was a loan. Oh, is that a long one? Nah, we don't know. It's California law. I don't know. I can't help them. Instructor bars. So I found out my sister and dad don't like my only friend, and I feel sick to my stomach. Oh no. Her family doesn't treat her that well, not abusive by any means, and I thought of my home as a nice place for her. But I've just now found out that my dad has had made multiple mean remarks regarding her, and my sister told me at the dinner table that she makes her mad and she's low-key not friends with her. She loves my family, especially my sister, and I feel sick to my stomach thinking that my family doesn't like my one and only friend and that they think she's weird. She doesn't have many friends either, and maybe I'm on my period, but I'm getting really emotional about this. I feel bad. Is it normal for me to feel so upset, and what do I do? We hang out like every day, and she and I talk about our friend group with my sister, her friend, my friend, and I. And now I'm questioning if they even like us. I don't even like her, and I haven't even read her whole. I'm sorry, I can't read the rest of that. That's frustrating me. It's so like irritating. Do not take share rides ever. Am I the asshole? I like to support my friend. Now my relationship started on the lie. Oh no. What? For liking her birthday gift to me? Am I my girlfriend? All right, we're gonna say. Am I the asshole? I lied to support my friend, and now my relationship started on a lie. Poo mode activated. I have no clue what poo mode is, but it's been activated, apparently. I don't even know how to explain this story, but I will try. Another one of these. If I get, look at all these letters. All right, I had a friend that we will call M. We were childhood friends, and their parents are godparents to my little brother. So OP is friends with M, and the parents are godparents. M started to realize they might be trans, and I was the only person who supported them and was there by their side. Every time I asked if they would like to call them by a new name and new pronouns, they refused because they were scared. Anyways, we started playing LOL, and they realized it was perfect place to be themselves, the opposite gender. What the hell is LOL? I had no problem referring to them by their new name and pronouns in game as that made them comfortable and happy, and I was being supportive. One day we started playing with the guy that we will call C. We played for a year and M and C talked privately a lot. I knew this, but I also knew M lied about who they were and were hiding behind Photoshop pictures and never revealed their voice. Anyways, I met up with C and we hit things off. We started hanging out a lot. M told me at one point they blocked C because they confessed to M that they liked them. Once M rejected C, they cried. So M rejected C, but C doesn't even know what gender. C thinks it's a female, but it's actually a male. They cried and were clinging in their words lame. I was shook because it would not sound like C at all. Once M realized me and C were getting close, they stopped hanging out with me. C and me, C and M, I feel like there's going to be a U soon, and I don't know if I want to keep reading this story. Why is so much C and M? C on you, come on me. And I'm skipping this fucking story. Fuck this story. Sorry, guys. We're going to the next one. Plus, I was already confused about it. Can a good man be a cheater? Damn. All right. This is a good one to end with. Hi, I'm 22. I'm dating a guy who's 32. Okay, there's a red flag already. 10-year difference. 22-year-old. What does the 32-year-old have in common with a 22-year-old? I mean, I guess it could happen. It started a really immature 32-year-old with a really mature 22-year-old, I guess. It started as a job, and within 3 days of meeting me, it turned into a dating aspect real quick. I no longer work for him, and you were working for him? Yeah, this is fucking grooming type shit. I no longer work for him, and we have been doing long distance Milan to LA just for 2 more months. Like Milan, Italy, or what? LA? Seeing each other every weekend aside from this month, which was every 2 weeks. He's cute, respectful, and gentleman. Into the dating part, he mentioned he wants to be with me forever and have children and etc. But that is totally plausible that at some point in our forever, he would have sex with someone else. That will always be first, and that should not at some point in our forever he would have sex with, that will always be first, and that should not concern me. Well, he's a provider and very sweet too, maybe romantic, but not in gestures as flowers or planned dinner dates, but more like I can get whatever I want and we can do whatever I want once he's not working. Yesterday we had a fight and we were able to fix that, but I checked and he joined the dating site where we met. Yes, he asked me to be his personal assistant on the dating site. LOL. He even said paid like some features to be in the app. 2 days in a row. And I just think, in the cruel way, I could just use him to benefit me. I could stick around him until I'm in a more stable part of my life. He genuinely is a help with bills now that I need to. He doesn't treat me badly and makes time for me. I'm just confused. Why join the site? He said he didn't want to sneak around or lie. So why can't he be honest that he signed up again if he initially agreed to it? He having another girl at some point, I'm just trying to understand what's the logic behind it. He's spending so much time and money on me just to have another girl. Any ideas? Yeah, you're probably immature. He's just using you because it's a nice piece of ass, but he also wants somebody to stimulate his mind. Mind you, this is the second time I see him on the site. The first one I mentioned, you're probably a great piece of ass, but don't do much for stimulating the mind, if I had to guess. That is probably why he is cool with you being the mother of his kids. Basically a surrogate. I'm just being honest. He's probably looking at it like biologically, like what makes most sense. Because you're young and biologically, that just makes sense. Men are very logical and calculated. A lot of guys. Men are more I don't know. Let me not say that. More logical. Men are usually logically guided or logically motivated and calculated. You were trying to figure out the emotional reasons behind logical decisions. Logical, right? Decisions, right? That's the biggest problem, I feel like, or disconnect. Women trying to figure out why a guy did something, and they're like, well, the reasons they apply are all like emotional reasons. When a guy makes a decision and does something, the reasons he does it for is not because of emotions. It could be in spite or despite of emotions. It could be just because that's what logically makes sense. At least me personally, that's how I operate. So, yeah, let's see what some of the people said. Girl, do not waste your 20s on this man. Please, I'm begging. No, he cannot be a good man. Yo, what? He's financing everything for her. If she's using him, they're using each other. As long as they both know what the hell is going on, what's the problem? Once a cheater, always a cheater. How is he a cheater if he told her what's going on? He told her she's not the only one. He said, you're my damn assistant for this dating site. You're my Tinder assistant. That's not cheating. I can't say it's exactly like this, but what can I say is that if a person cheats, doesn't get their priorities straight, and understands what leads them to where they are now, they will never have the self-awareness to change and therefore repeat the action. The guiding light here isn't necessarily his past, but how he is currently acting, which has red flags all over it. The age difference alone is a huge red flag. That's what I said initially. 40-30 is a big one. 32 to 22 is even more massive. Do not trust. Right, she's barely a fucking child. To each their own, but I would never date someone who has cheated in the past. What the fuck are these people talking about cheating if this guy was honest about it? Maybe I'm missing something. There's a very good chance I missed something. Very good chance. I could ask for more. But is he cheating? He sounds like he's being completely honest with her, right? And she's getting well paid for her company, but it sounds like exactly. Yeah, see, there's some logical people. I could ask for more, not gonna lie. Bitch, I guess the best option is to keep myself open and focus on my own life. You fucking cunt. Enjoying his momentary company. After all, I do enjoy spending time with him for free. Yeah, right, bitch. I'm talking about I could ask for more. I'm not looking for anything in particular. I think what truly annoys me is that I have never wanted to date. I still don't. This could have been an arrangement, but no. Men always want more, and the problem is he lied to me. Bitch, shut up, yo. That's not what he painted when he told you you're the assistant for his dating site, and you're acting like he promised you to be the only woman in marriage, and he said, yeah, you can have my kids, you can be a surrogate, basically. I could see why he would have said that, but maybe not. Maybe we're fucking crazy for saying shit like this. That's not what he painted when I met him. It was 3 months in when he mentioned this stuff, so it was heartbreaking then. 3 months exactly when he painted marriage and being together forever, but now it had conditions. He will fuck other women and didn't want to sneak around for it. At least he's being honest, and he suddenly didn't want to marry anymore. Yeah, because you're probably fucking a dimwit. He didn't mention this until 3 months in. That's what annoys me, is the trick, is the lie. If he was honest from the beginning, I wouldn't have behaved differently. Do you not understand? Do you not understand that it might have taken him time to realize he does not want to be tied to you for life? You sound a little intense. He is being honest with you. Some of your females never satisfied. Always want something more. Always want more. You are mad because he didn't make a lifelong commitment to you within a certain period of time. Not a reasonable period either. lucky he's fucking helping you at all. Oh, okay. Well, I think his view of the relationship has changed. Yeah, obviously. And he obviously doesn't see you as a long term prospect anymore, but he wants to keep you around as a friend with benefits. I'd walk if I were you. Now you're just hating. Why are you trying to get this guy to lose a piece of ass? Why would you walk? Let her stay. Let him keep smashing. I agree. I found something on his phone about this past relationship, and it was just this woman angrily texting him he's a liar and a cheater because he met me when he was ending things with her. So he ended things with her, met you. How is he a fucking cheater? So to her, it's not like look like he's cheating, and I can't blame her. Yeah, he's just this fucking bad guy, I bet. And he's fucking just helping everybody, being honest. Broke up with the other girl when he met you, like he's just a piece of shit. Plus, he's currently cheating, and well, how the fuck is he cheating? He told everybody that he's in an open relationship. Plus, he's currently cheating, and will remind her that she agreed to an open relationship. And this, how the fuck is how the hell is he cheating if he asked her to be his Tinder assistant? Basically, you are being willfully. No, I'm not gonna. She's fuck. Does not get involved with a cheater. Beyond that, he's also calculated that a woman at least his age or older would have told him to fuck off with his BS and drop back 10 years younger to someone he thinks he'll buy it. Or no, maybe because he got it like that, he wants a piece of younger. And he doesn't want a woman at his age because she's going to be annoying like you, call him a cheater when he's being completely freaking honest. He was plotting on you from the start. What the fuck was he plotting? These people are pissing me off. He was plotting on you from the start. If he asked you to be his personal assistant on a dating app, it was never a job, dude. He is shady. Yo, how was he plotting her from the start? It's not like he was telling her, like, love bombing her. He was like, yo, you want to be my assistant on a dating app? It was basically like, yo, you want to be one of my side chicks? So shady, so shady. Oh my God, so shady. I don't think anyone in this thread is getting what the initial job was. She started off as his escort, right? Or sugar baby, then stopped charging him, but he still pays in other ways. Right. And she's mad he won't marry her. Ew, what does it mean to personal assistant? Yeah, what the fuck did you think? I mean, I'm not gonna. That's basically, yeah, side chick. Yeah, piece of ass. If a guy told me it was plausible he'd have sex with someone else at some point in the future, but I'd always be his number one, I'd show him the door. What if you're in his house? Then you have to show yourself the door. You should never allow anyone to treat you like that. Okay, what if you're in his house? Then would you show yourself his door? I'm just confused how that works. His dick will always be number one, not you. Well, as it should be. You're a sugar baby, nothing more. He's just love bombing you to keep you around. I wish it was just sugar dating, no strings attached, but he genuinely had to do all that work, all the work relationship-wise. Why? Why? Because he feels lonely. Is it because he's scared to grow old alone? Is it because he genuinely wants me to have kids at some point? What is the reason? That's what I'm trying to understand here. Lady, what work though? He turned you out almost immediately. What do you mean? What do you mean? What the fuck do you think he means? So if you mean monogamous and poly, no, he cannot be a good man. Yes, you can certainly be a good man. Perhaps not a good partner, but certainly a good man. True. Also, I'm not sure if he's cheating, if he's being open in front, right? About not wanting to have sex with others down the line. He's 32 and you're 22. He's starting to groom you. What I say earlier, first thing I said, grooming behavior. With his promise, you need to decide whether you want a monogamous relationship or if you want. It's obviously the grooming behavior. And he's doing this because he has money and is a very horny man. He wants one woman as security, someone he can have sex with. I mean, this is what I said. Be open and emotional, even romantic with, while still having several other women he gets bored when he gets bored. Right. I love you. I want to be your forever. I want to have kids with you. But just so you know, I'm going to fuck others in the future. Just so you know. Can't say you did not know because I'm telling you now. Don't forget it. You're agreeing to this because I told you. Yeah, not charming as he may be, but that is not a good man. I mean, it's better than a guy that lied about it, right? That is a man who wants an open relationship. So why is he not a good man for wanting an open relationship? If that's what he wants, and it's what he's saying. It has a weird way of going about it. You would always come first, but on the nights you don't have the time, you'll come second. If you want, so nobody in the open relationship is a good person. I've never been in an open relationship, don't want to be in one. I just don't understand the reasoning how if somebody's in an open relationship, they're not a good person. If you want a monogamous relationship, just leave. If you can consider the relationship already over and you are the person who can just use the guy, then we would probably not be friends. But I understand that he would have it coming. Either way, you don't seem to be the open relationship type. So choose your hill and die on it. I couldn't even finish reading the last 90% of this. He's telling you he will cheat on you, the one he loves. That's not a good guy. Unlike the other people in the comments, I'm not going to call this cheating because he was very transparent with you from the very beginning that he had intentions on being with other women. Thank you. He wasn't transparent about his methods of getting other women, but he was very transparent about his plans. That's not cheating. Not to me, but he cheated on the past apparently. Not with me though, but that doesn't mean I'm exempt from it. I'm exempt from that. What does that even mean? I'm exempt from that. What the As far as I'm concerned, that still doesn't matter. He was extremely transparent with you that you would not be the only one. I don't agree with him lying about the dating app, and I don't agree with his bullshit excuses about the dating app. But it's not cheating when he tells you, outright, he's going to be with other women, and you accepted that. That doesn't mean you need to stay with him. That doesn't mean you need to waste any more time on him. But he told you his intentions clearly. You need to do in the long run what is best for you. You're incredibly young. You have your whole life to find a man and create a family with them. Don't waste years of your time on losers that can't commit, unless commitment isn't something you're interested in. Thank you for your answer. Somehow I feel that she's not going to be so kind for my answer or appreciative. But I said the same thing. Wait, he's already telling me he's going to cheat sometime? Please don't. All right. This is getting repetitive because this woman's not getting it. Thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate you guys. I will be back tomorrow every day for the next 100 days minimum. Daily dose of Reddit with Dmitry. Hate me or love me. Just watch. Drop a follow. I'll greatly appreciate it. Thank you. See you tomorrow. If we can figure out how to turn this off now. Bye.